Hello, beautiful spiritual beings. It's B from Being Blissfully Zen. Welcome to my channel, and may you open up to your full spiritual potential now. Today, I want to talk about something that I believe is so important on our journey toward inner peace. It is something we all experience, but many of us don't realize how much it affects our daily lives. And that is learning how to come back to the present moment. Have you ever noticed how often your mind is somewhere other than where your body actually is? Maybe you're sitting quietly, but your thoughts are replaying something from the past, a conversation you had, something you wished you had done differently, something you wish you had said. Or perhaps your mind has already jumped ahead into the future, thinking about what might happen, planning, preparing, trying to figure out everything before it even arrives. And before we know it, we have left this beautiful moment that we are actually living, the present moment. The only moment where life is truly happening. Now, I want to say something important. Our minds are not our enemies. Our minds are actually trying to protect us. The mind's job is to look for problems, prepare for the challenges, and to keep us safe. And that ability has helped humanity survive. But sometimes, especially when we have experienced stress, uncertainty, or difficult seasons in life, the mind can become overactive. It can start believing that if it thinks about something enough, it can prevent something painful from happening. It says, what if this happens? What if something goes wrong? What if I am not prepared? And before we know it, we are living in a future that hasn't even happened. The challenge is that while our mind is trying to protect us, it can sometimes take away our peace in the present. Because the truth is, right now, in this moment, we are often okay. Right now, we can take a breath. Right now, we can notice where we are. Right now, we can look around and recognize the blessings that already exist. Something I've been reflecting on is that peace doesn't always come from having every answer. Sometimes peace comes from learning that we can be okay even when we don't have every answer yet. And this is where trust comes in. I believe trust is something we build. It is not something we either have or don't have. It is something we strengthen over time. Just like a muscle in our body becomes stronger through practice, our trust muscle becomes stronger through small, daily moments of choosing faith over fear. Every time your mind wanders into worry, you can gently bring yourself back to this moment. You are strengthening your trust muscle. Every time you notice a fearful thought and choose not to follow it, you are strengthening your trust muscle. Every time you remind yourself, I don't have to solve tomorrow today. I can be present with what is here right now. We are strengthening your trust muscle. And I want to emphasize something important. This is not about never having anxious thoughts. This is not about creating a perfectly quiet mind, because we are human and thoughts will come, emotions will come, and uncertainty will come. The practice is not about fighting those experiences. The practice is about learning how to meet them with awareness, compassion, and trust. For many years, many of us have trained our minds to look for what could go wrong. But we can gently begin training ourselves to also notice what is going right. We can learn to notice the little moments, the kindness of another person, the beauty of nature, a peaceful morning, a meaningful conversation, a moment of laughter, a simple blessing that reminds us we are supported. Because I personally believe that during our most difficult seasons, God often sends little gifts along the way, not always to remove the challenge immediately, but to remind us that we are not alone, to give us strength, to give us encouragement, to remind us to keep moving forward. Sometimes those blessings are easy to miss because our minds are focused on the problem. But when we return to the present moment, we create space to see them. And that is where a beautiful shift begins. Instead of only asking, when will this difficulty end? We can also begin asking, what gifts are here for me today? What can I appreciate in this moment? What is life showing me right now? This simple shift can begin changing the way we experience our days. Because even in difficult times, there can still be moments of beauty. There can still be love. There can still be connection. There can still be reasons to be grateful. And learning to recognize those moments is another way we strengthen our trust muscle. In the next part, I want to share a simple 10-minute practice that can help you begin training your mind to return to the present moment. It is a practice of awareness, patience, and gentle compassion for yourself. As we begin this journey of returning to the present moment, I invite you to simply become aware. Notice when your mind leaves this moment. Notice when it begins creating stories about the future or replaying the past. And instead of judging yourself, gently say, "There I go again. Let me come back to now." Because every time you do this, you are strengthening your trust muscle. You are teaching your mind and your nervous system that you do not have to live in constant preparation for what might happen. You can come home to this moment. This is just the beginning of this conversation. In part 2 of this 3-part series, we will explore a simple 10-minute practice to help train your attention to return to the present moment, along with a journaling exercise to help you notice your progress. And in part 3, we will talk about recognizing the little gifts and blessings that appear during difficult seasons and how they can help strengthen our trust and remind us that we are never walking alone. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and comment below. Also, please consider subscribing to my channel, Being Blissfully Zen, for more spiritual awakening tips. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Remember, growth happens one moment at a time, one gentle return, one choice, one day. So until next time, beautiful spiritual beings, be blissful, be Zen, and I'll see you soon.